Today's review is 1,000 Trails Encore Park, Harbor Lakes. What town is it in?
Port Charlotte.
Had to think, didn't know where you're at.
We've been all over, so yeah, we're in Port Charlotte right now.
So let's get going and let's talk about the campground.
Here we go.
We stayed here 2 full weeks. That's what you're allowed on if you're a 1,000 Trail member and you got the Encore package. You get to stay 2 weeks for free. Not really free because you're paying dues and
everything else under the sun.
So they're really not free. But I mean, this is probably, we're going to tell you 3 things that we liked about the park and 3 things we didn't like about the park. So let's get to the video and see what's going on.
Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and ring that bell.
I'm going to start the video off telling you the #1 thing that we liked about the park. So what was your #1 thing?
It was very roomy. There's a lot of space in between each of the RVs. We had a nice shade tree. There was a little creek that ran behind us. So I really like the sites. They give you plenty of room. What was your #1 thing?
Well, actually, it's going to be #2 because I said we'd give 3 things.
Oh, okay.
So mine's #2. My #2 is I have never been to an Encore park that is as friendly as the people are here. Even coming down to the staff, you know, we didn't really have too much issues with them either. You don't really even see them. I said they're driving around on the golf carts and things like that, but I mean, everybody here, there probably isn't one person that hasn't waved to us, chatted with us. It's just kind of blew me away. It's kind of like old school camping where people actually socialize with each other.
People are going from park to site, talking to people. It's really great.
So it's really neat. So that's my #2. Our #3 is, we have, actually, you could say 3 and 3.5. 3 is what she kind of, Tam already said, that it's kind of had pretty good sized spot. The other thing you have to look at for #3 is the road behind us. That's how wide this road is. There's no issues here. There's so many Encore parks down here in Florida that you can hardly even get your trailer in. You actually go back to a video that we started, I think it was back in January of last year, which is the worst RV park that Encore has, which is over in Fort Myers. Go check that one out. Maybe if I get to it, I'll put a link up there and you can go down there and see that. That is the worst. And we'll never go back there. But I mean, coming here, this is probably, I would stay here all the time. I would even consider maybe even having a park model. The park models here are actually in really good shape. Let's take a drive around and we'll talk to you a little bit as we're driving through and show you some of the things that we seen as we're here. This is a really big campground. You know, we didn't get an exact number, but they're telling us it's probably around 600, which I would say every bit of that have meant more. There is a lot of park models. I'd probably say they're 60 or 70%. Are park models, but I mean the park models that are here are in really good shape. You can see that as we drive around. There's a lot of trailers too that are slipped in here. Some of them are actually, they're not really park models, but they're ones that probably been here for, you know, maybe 6 months to a year, maybe even longer. There's a few trailers here that we see that we're actually here at the end of March of 2020. So there's a lot of trailers that you can see that actually there's nobody at them. So I believe those people, they could maybe be Canadians, because of course the Canadians couldn't come down here unless they flew in, which I guess if they had the park models here, they could have flew.
Yeah.
But so it's pretty neat about that. And as you drive through here, we can go in and check out the clubhouse. They got a really big clubhouse here. And they have a lot of activities, even though the COVID is still kind of going on here in Florida. It's kind of is and it's kind of not. The state's kind of really open. A lot of people still wearing masks. People that are out here walking around, things like that, are keeping 6 feet away. You don't see anybody there wearing any mask. Some do, some don't. See, they have a really nice pool. They also had their hot tub or their spa. It's been open the whole time we've been here. So, you know, some of the parks that they have at 1,000 Trails, they have them closed right now, but this one's they've got it open all the time. They're really not hounding you here about nothing, and that was kind of one of the nice things. You know, the showers they're a little bit dated, but not too bad. I'd say they were probably remodeled maybe in the last 10 years or so. We took a few showers up at the shower house. Pressure's a little low, but other than that, not too bad. The laundromat wasn't too bad. They charged you anywhere from $1.75 to what, $2.25.
Yeah.
For the laundry.
Depends on what kind of load you use, light, medium, or heavy.
Yeah. So, and some of them, no matter what you push, you got $2, you paid $2 anyway. So, but I mean, that was all right. So we did the laundry here, is it twice? Twice. So actually that was pretty good. Never had trouble getting in there and getting out. They had plenty of washers and dryers, which a lot of times you see a lot of.
8 and 8.
Yeah, a lot of times you see plenty of washers, like when we were at the campground in Daytona, they had more washers than they had dryers.
I don't know how that's supposed to work.
Yeah. So that's kind of a bad thing. But I mean, look in here, they got shuffleboard, they've got their tennis courts, they've got
pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball going on. Also in there, they got a half-court basketball. I don't know when you'll have time to play that because everybody's out there playing pickleball early in the morning and late in the evening. We're filming now, and they're actually back there. A lot of people playing volleyball. I'm going to show you this building here that's all screened in. I said we didn't even see this till I came around and did the video. That there's a I don't know if it's a pavilion or what they have. Maybe they have barbecues and stuff. But we talked to some of the people here, and they said usually if it wasn't going on with the COVID, they have a lot of activities here. A lot of the sections have different things going on. They'll have like a potluck, and then everybody in that section that day will go up to the clubhouse and bring something, and they'll have a potluck and stuff like that. So there's a lot of activities going on here. That brings us back to being the friendly court. You know, everybody will invite you in and talk to you about things, and so that really made it nice. Now let's get to the things that we don't like about the park. I'll start with number one. The number one thing I've got that I dislike about the park is getting out of this park. Even if you're driving the motorcycle or we're taking the truck out, I don't even know how we're going to get out tomorrow with the RV on a Monday morning during rush hour, but trying to get out of here and make a left-hand turn is very dangerous. The speed limit out here in front of the park is about 55 miles an hour, and people could be driving anywhere from 45 up to about 75 or 80 out there. So when you're coming across, and half the time the people coming making left turns into the campground, they're not sure where they should be when they're turning left. So in turn, it's very dangerous. We kind of went down the other way to see if we could make a U-turn somewhere, and there really isn't a good place when you go left or right out of here to see if you can make a U-turn with your RV. If you can make one in the middle of the highway, you could probably do it. But there was a gas station down there. I don't think you could turn around in there. Once you got over the bridge, over the little canal, there's a church down there that might be able to get in. It's a dead-end street. But if you can get down in there and turn around, which I don't know if that's where we're going to go, or try to get across the road and make a left-hand turn in the morning. We'll see how that all goes. So that's my number one thing I don't like. What's your number one? Number two?
No,
You don't have any. Well, number two, this is a very large campground. We have a new golf cart, which we're going to review and talk about here one day, which I don't know when that's going to be, but it was very nice that we had a golf cart. We're probably, we're either a quarter of a mile or a half a mile from the office, the pool, and all that kind of stuff up in the front. So, and we're probably only halfway back in the campground. So if you came here and you were relying on walking, you're going to do a lot of walking. In the trash pickup, there is none. You have to go to a dumpster that's clear up by the entrance, which on my video, when you came in, showed you the park, I showed you the dump station there. Just on the other side of the dump station before you got there, that's where you pull straight in there. And there's a whole bunch of dumpsters back there. You can put anything. We had seen people back there throwing appliances away and everything else.
Yeah, they've got recyclables, they've got stuff for like the yard waste, and then they've got regular stuff, and then they've got just like junk where you can, there's TVs and speakers and everything up there.
So that's up there. So did you come up with an idea of number three that you didn't like?
I don't know. I guess the water a little way behind us is kind of stagnant, and it gets stinky at times. So I don't know if that's where that smell's coming from.
No, I actually think, because we are getting warm here. We're up in, we hit the 90s this week, actually low 90s, high 80s. Humidity's climbing. And as you come through the park, you do get that sewage smell, sulfur type smell. I think I'm not sure what we have here. If this is septic tank that we're on, if we're on city sewer, I'm not sure what we have here, but I noticed it when we came back on the motorcycle today that I could smell it off and on as we went through the campground.
And it's not horrible, and it's not all the time.
No,
but
we're outside right now and we smell nothing.
No.
So I don't know what it is. It wasn't something that would be a life changer of not coming here.
No.
But if we
that's how many things that we really don't like about it. You have to fight to find something.
Yeah. Which no place you're going to go is perfect. But no. I would definitely come back here. And if we come back, we have friends here. If we come back, this will probably be the main park that we stay at. We also talked to another couple here that's from Venice, Florida. They actually come around here and they camp. And they actually said this is their favorite one too that they like to come to that's local. So it's kind of neat. So that's the three that we like. And the three we don't like. So today we took a ride through the park. We told you a little bit about what's going on here at this Encore Park, Harbor Lakes. Some people said there were some baby alligators that are in the creek behind us. We've seen nothing. Only thing we've seen is we got a pretty good sized turtle there. He's probably about 6 inches round, a water turtle. And he's out there pretty much almost every day we see him out there bobbing around. A lot of birds out here.
Yeah.
If you go to our Facebook page, I took a few shots of the birds. I don't know if I did one for the turtle or not. He's kind of hard to see in the water. The water is clear, but I definitely wouldn't swim in it. I wouldn't let the dog in it. I wouldn't.
It's
I'd
just
leave it
kind of
there.
stagnant because I think the little creek between us, I think there's like a pond, or if that's what they want to call their lakes, there's one on either side of where we're staying. So that's kind of the waterway between the two ponds or lakes.
So if you come down here, we're on the outer loop on the right side if you came in the park. And there's a water drainage ditch that takes you to a little concrete bridge that takes you to the other side, and you can run down that side. We didn't end up not driving down there. We could see it as we drove down the street. We never took a chance to go down there. I think there's a little picnic table and stuff. Like I say, that lake belongs to the subdivision that's on the other side of the woods there. So we really didn't go over there. Probably be a good place if you wanted to watch the sunset and things like that to check out. But we'll go ahead and leave you right here at Thousand Trails, Encore Park, Harbor Lake.
So thanks for coming along today. If you're down this way, we highly recommend this place. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
See you in a couple days.
Bye.